Hello, you lovely people. No Respawns here. Hope you're having a grand week. So I have made a general store. No Respawns general store. Incidentally, I had to read that back several times to make sure I just hadn't made a really dumb typo. But I believe I have spelled that out correctly. You know, you just can't spell words and you're like, I'm going to publicly show thousands of people that I can't spell. I can spell, but sometimes I don't pay attention. Anyway, I believe I've spelled general store correct. Though there's always going to be that little bit of niggling doubt. So anywho, yeah, this is really cool. This uses the Wasteland Exchange that dropped, I think it was last Tuesday, so it's just been like a week and a day. So as if you're watching this video live, you have a good 2 weeks before it actually leaves the Atom Store, and it will drop back in, because they always do. I really like this a lot. I've been wanting to make a kind of shop camp for quite a bit, and yeah, this is just the perfect size. I have gone quite overboard with the walls, as you can see. So the premise for this is I wanted this to be a more established location rather than necessarily just a camp where I've scavenged anything nearby to actually, you know, secure and board up. I wanted this to be, you know, someone with money owns this. So I did run out of build budget completely, or rather I can place maybe 2 items. So it was going to be a little bit more busier. Notably, I was going to have a lot more turrets and kind of make it look like a bit more of a fort. So as of right now, it's a bit emptier than I'd like, but it's still fairly busy. I think the walls did take out most of it just by dint of, as you can see. So the whole premise of the walls is I'm using these walkways, but I didn't just want the walkways on their own. I wanted the walkways themselves to be kind of very thick walls. And the end result, I think, looks absolutely awesome. But yeah, they were quite budget heavy. Also, this is right next to the, if I just pop out here, so we're right next to the big Red Rocket Mega Stop, and honestly this is an amazing little area for you to build, because as you can see here, it's quite flat, like not fully flat, but it's flat enough that, you know, the slope doesn't bother you, because the road slopes off. I'm really hyper obsessive, by the way, about finding flat places to build, if you hadn't noticed. So it does slope up a little bit, but the actual ground there, for whatever reason, doesn't slope up with the road until about this point over here. So it's actually quite good. Plus, thematically, you've got a load of Brotherhood of Steel people who are keeping your shop secure. And it's a spawn point for Graham. I was building yesterday, and he just wandered by. So it's perfect. I really like this spot. This is definitely going to be a camp that I keep open for quite a while. Though I might have to move some things around so I can place some more turrets. But I'm fairly happy with it, looks. The walls look really cool. I love these walls. They are Atom Store items. They do drop back in the store periodically. If you haven't picked them up before, I'd kind of recommend it. I think they were around 500 to 700 atoms, sometimes part of a bundle, but Bethesda have eased off forcing everything being part of a bundle in the last year or two, so I shouldn't worry too much. This is the new Brotherhood of Steel ally. I haven't actually physically spoken yet. I just plopped his bag down. I kind of wanted a security guard, so he's my security guard. Also, that was weird. Also, that bag is quite small, so it can just be plopped down anywhere. You're right, bud. You're right, buddy. This is my favourite Collectron. I love it. I think that was from the 2nd season of the Atom Store. Now, inside, I tried to make it as busy as possible. Also, at night, it does look a little bit better because the lighting pops a bit more. I'm very pleased overall. My one little bugbear is the fact I did run out of build budget. So I was going to make this really packed on the inside, and unfortunately I couldn't make it as packed as I'd like. But to be honest, if you just want to do without the walls, you can do that. You can fill this up because it's a decent sized area. It's very similar to, it reminded me in terms of the size of Chet's shop from New Vegas, like the general store right at Good Springs at the start of the game. It's kind of roughly the same kind of space, which I really, really like. Also, this vendor is cool. I have the other one, and I've never put them down, and they're actually quite cool. I like them. They don't need to be actually connected to anything, which is quite nice. This storeroom is literally just I didn't know what to put in here, and I was, at that point, I was like, I have, a minuscule amount of my build budget. But yeah, no, this is really cool. If I were to maybe change this build around a little bit, I'd probably remove the walls completely and instead just kind of pull them in and make it so this was more barricaded up, so that we would free out loads more build budget. But overall, I'm pleased with how this turned out. Let me go into the camera. Sorry, that's me forgetting the controls completely. I've been playing Elden Ring a bit recently because the DLC is dropping in a few months, and My hands are in Elden Ring mode, so they're a bit twitchy. I defeated the Godskin Apostle, the one in the Kaled little the tower area, severely underleveled because I wanted the sword it dropped. Anywho, back to Fallout 76. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how this turned out. I was hoping we'd get something cooler on the Atom Store this week, which is why I kind of deliberately pushed it back a day. Sadly, nothing really of particular note drops, so I was like, right, let's just push the build out. I hope it gave you guys a few ideas, because it is nice when we get a new prefab, and I know a lot of you are always asking me to kind of jump on the new prefabs when they drop. I will continue to do so, assuming Bethesda drop cool nonsense. As always, follow me on Twitter at norespawns. We're actually about to hit a really interesting time with games releasing. So Mana Lords, I think, has either dropped. I see people posting videos of it, so you might get a Mana Lords video in a week or two, because it's exactly my kind of game. It's medieval Frostpunk to an extent. But also, I'm kind of on the latter side of finishing up my mod. I kind of got a little bit lazy over the holidays, so I'm going to finish my latest mod for Fallout 4, which is going to be the Coastal Cottage. Anyway, I love you all. You enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll speak to you absolutely glorious bunch of reprobates soon. You take care.